Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. Wicked thoughts and worthless efforts gradually set their mark on the face, especially the eyes. Every person takes the limits of their own field of vision for the limits of the world. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. Each day is a little life, every waking and rising a little birth, every fresh morning a little youth, every going to rest and sleep a little death. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose. Treat a work of art like a prince, let it speak to you first. Sleep is the interest we have to pay on the capital which is called in at death. And the higher the rate of interest and the more regularly it is paid, the further the date of redemption is postponed. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. The business of the novelist is not to relate great events, but to make small ones interesting. I have long held the opinion that the amount of noise that anyone can bear undisturbed stands in inverse proportion to his mental capacity, and therefore be regarded as a pretty fair measure of it. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use of it. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Pleasure is never as pleasant as we expected it to be, and pain is always more painful. The pain in the world always outweighs the pleasure. If you don't believe it, compare the respective feelings of two animals, one of which is eating the other. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. One should use common words to say uncommon things. The art of not reading is a very important one. A precondition for reading good books is not reading bad ones, for life is short. Every miserable fool who has nothing at all of which he can be proud adopts as a last resource pride in the nation to which he belongs. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. Rascals are always sociable, and the chief sign that a man has any nobility in his character is the little pleasure he takes in others' company. There are very few who can think, but every man wants to have an opinion, and what remains but to take it ready-made from others instead of forming opinions for himself? We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. If we were not all so interested in ourselves, life would be so uninteresting that none of us would be able to endure it. Men are the devils of the earth, and the animals are the tormented souls. Man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. Life is a constant process of dying. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it.
We've selected these quotes by Arthur Schopenhauer to help you gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Arthur Schopenhauer, a famous German philosopher, had the greatest influence on our lives. It's an honor to be able to tell the world what he said. Thank you for watching this video.